Racist officer points gun at a black woman in her own yard. What he discovered 12 minutes later destroyed him. Stop right there, Black. Who do you think you are? You don't have the right to be in this neighborhood. Scum, spat Officer Grant Riley as he aimed his gun at the black woman in her own yard, not knowing who he was messing with. The autumn sun beat down directly on the freshly watered lawns of Maplewood Terrace. From his porch, Frank Peterson, an older retired man, couldn't stop staring at number 4520 in the front yard of the recently sold house. A black woman was watering with a hose. She was smiling as if she didn't know where she was, as if she didn't understand that she didn't belong there. Frank pressed his lips together and pulled out his cell phone. Yes, operator. I want to report an intruder. A black woman is in the yard of 4520. She's acting very suspicious. I don't know how she got in, but that house was empty until yesterday. There was a pause. No, I haven't seen her with the owner. I haven't seen a moving truck. She just appeared. Send someone, please. He hung up and kept watching. The woman bent down to pick up a fallen pot. A simple domestic scene, but Frank found it unforgivable. Officer Grant Riley didn't need to hear much on the radio, just hearing black woman on someone else's property in residential neighborhood. He didn't need proof. He drove fast. He was alone. He turned off the sirens 2 blocks away, preferring to surprise her. As he rounded the corner, he saw her. In the middle of the freshly mowed grass, under the sun, there was Dr. Anya Collins. Riley slammed on the brakes. He immediately got out. Ma'am, hey, stop right there, Black, he yelled as he drew his weapon. Dr. Collins turned around. It took her a few seconds to realize he was talking to her. Officer, what's wrong? Put your hands up. Up. Right now. Confused, she slowly raised her hands. I'm in my house. What's going on? Riley crossed the yard without lowering his gun. Your house? And where's your ID and the deed? We'll let you in. I have the keys. I moved in last night. I haven't fully settled yet. Do you have anything to prove it? She nodded, her breathing shallow. The documents are in the kitchen, and I have the electronic key on my cell phone. From the sidewalk, Frank Peterson watched with satisfaction, arms crossed, nodding. Thank you, officer. I knew something wasn't right with that disgusting black woman. Riley ignored the old man. He went inside the house with Dr. Collins, still pointing his gun. Move slowly. One wrong step and my trigger finger won't shake. Did you understand? I understand, she said with a bitter tone. On the kitchen island was a clipboard with copies of a contract. Full name, Anya L. Collins, Ph.D., deed signed by the bank. Mail addressed to her name. Everything in order. Riley paused. He took out his radio. Unit 34 here. Confirm the registered owner of 4520 Maplewood Terrace. Collins. Anya. I repeat, Anya Collins. Can you verify? While waiting for a response, Dr. Collins kept her hands in plain sight. She wasn't trembling. She wasn't crying. She just stared at him as if she knew she wouldn't forget what he had just done to her. The radio responded, Unit 34. Confirmed. The property at 4520 was acquired by Drive Anya L. Collins. Transfer verified. Direct purchase. Riley swallowed. At that very moment, his cell phone vibrated. A notification. Subject. Meeting with Director Collins confirmed for this week. Urgent matter. Only 12 minutes had passed since the patrol car stopped, but every second of those 12 minutes would haunt him for much, much longer, and he didn't even know the worst yet. Riley lowered the weapon without letting go entirely. His knuckles were burning. His jaw was tense. Dr. Collins remained motionless, standing next to the kitchen, the documents still visible. She hadn't lowered her hands. He muttered almost to himself, What the heck are you doing in this neighborhood? She heard him. Already told you, I live here. Riley pressed his lips together. The radio confirmed everything was in order, but his instinct screamed otherwise. He didn't like the idea of having been wrong, much less in front of her. And how the heck did you pay for this house? With what money? Or is it one of those programs for your race? Dr. Collins gave a short, cold laugh. My race? What did you mean, officer? Riley got much closer than necessary. You know very well what I meant. You people don't live here, not on Maplewood, and especially not in a house like this. She looked him in the eyes as if stabbing him with something. Not all of us come from the streets, Agent. Not all black women are stealing bicycles. Watch how you talk to me, dang Black, he growled, his finger already brushing the pistol on his hip. You're lucky you didn't leave in handcuffs. Lucky, she replied, slowly crossing her arms. You point a gun at me in my own yard and talk about luck. Is that what they teach you at the academy? Or did you learn it from your dad? The comment was like a silent shot. Riley took a step back, but his rage ignited. Before he could respond, The front door opened. Frank Peterson, the neighbor, entered without permission, without knocking, without asking. Officer, is everything all right? You're going to take this thief away, right? Because you've seen that these people get in and then no one can get them out. Dr. Collins slowly turned her face towards him. You just enter my house without permission. You don't have a house here, Black, Frank snapped without filters. This block is not for people like you. Get out. Now. Riley didn't move. He didn't like the old man, but he didn't want to prove her right, either. Frank, enough. Get out. Let me handle this, Riley finally said. The old man scoffed, turned halfway, and left, muttering, if you don't take her out, someone else will. You'll see. Dr. Collins didn't move. She stood tall, a trace of a bitter smile on her face. Do you know why I'm not afraid? Officer Riley, she said in a low tone, because I know exactly who I am, and in a few minutes, you will too. Riley felt a chill, but didn't respond. He just looked at his watch. 12 minutes had passed, and then his cell phone vibrated again. Riley looked at the notification on his phone for the third time. Confidential meeting on community safety with Dr. Anya Collins, City Planning Director. 1700 hours. It was 4:58 in the afternoon. His mouth was dry. Dr. Collins didn't move. She crossed her arms, looked him up and down, and said, almost as a sentence, are you going to apologize to me, or would you prefer to do it in the council chambers? Riley felt the ground shrinking beneath his boots. He didn't know if it was rage, shame, or pure fear, but he didn't answer. He put away his weapon. Without saying a word, he walked out the door. Dr. Collins didn't follow him. From the sidewalk, Frank Peterson was still waiting for him. He stopped him with a look. So, did you get her out? Are you taking her away? Riley looked at him with disgust. Go to heck, Frank. He got into his patrol car, slammed the door shut, and started the engine without looking back. He knew that in 5 minutes he would be in that municipal room, listening to the woman he had just aimed a gun at, that she would be talking about safety, community unity, and pilot projects, and that he himself would probably be in a photo with her, smiling. But it didn't happen that way. At 5:03, when he entered the room, no one was there. Dr. Collins did not show up, nor did she respond to the municipality's email. At 5:15, the visibly nervous mayor announced that Dr. Collins had canceled all participation in local programs and had filed a formal lawsuit against the police department and Officer Grant Riley for civil rights violations, systemic racism, and abuse of authority with a firearm. The news was on the news portals in less than an hour. The lawsuit was for the sum of $5 million. The next day, Anya Collins left, sold the house, never gave an interview, never looked back. And Riley? Riley was suspended and never patrolled again. Frank Peterson died 6 months later. A heart attack. Alone. His house was bought by a young black couple. Maplewood Terrace changed, but no one there ever spoke of Anya Collins again. No one knew anything about her, and no one, not even Riley, ever saw her again.